Hello everyone, welcome back. In this lecture, I will be explaining about physical significance of a wave function. Let us see. We know that if a particle has some mass, if it is moving with some velocity, then this particle will be associated with a wave. Those waves are called de Broglie waves and are also called as matter waves. Now, how to describe the motion of this particle? Because the particle have a wave character. Now, in the quantum mechanics, a wave function psi describes mathematically the wave characteristics of a moving particle. The state of the system can be described by using the wave function, and it is represented by the symbol psi, psi, and it is a function of psi of r comma t, where r is a position and t is a time. That means the wave function describes the particle at any position and time. And also it can be a complex number. The wave function can also be a complex. It can have both real and imaginary part. That means the wave function can also be a complex. It can have both real and imaginary parts. This is the wave function that we are considering. However, if you take as it is a wave function, it won't give us any information. But if we take psi multiplied by the complex conjugate of wave function psi star, this is the psi and this is the complex conjugate of psi. If you take a product of these two, psi and psi star, then we get modulus of psi square. This is the probability density or probability of finding the particle. So psi star gives us the probability of finding the particle. Now, if we have a limitation where dx, dy, dz, within this range, if we apply this probability density function, then this is called probability of finding the particle in the volume dx, dy, dz. That means within this range, that means in the x-axis dx range, y-axis dy, z-axis dz, the probability of finding the particle is given by this one, integration of psi star. Psi is the wave function, psi star is the complex conjugate of wave function. Now, if the particle is present in the volume, we get the normalization condition. That means this integration gives us the value 1. This condition is called normalization. That means if you get if within the limits dx, dy, dz, if the particle is present, then this integration gives a value of 1. If the particle is not present, then this integration gives a value 0. That means particle is absent. This condition is called orthogonalization. These two are very important, normalization and orthogonalization. So, if the probability of finding the particle within a volume element is not there, then that is a orthogonalization condition. That is integration of psi star, dx, dy, dz is equal to 0. So these are some of the physical significance of the wave function. However, wave function has limitations. Those are, the first one is psi must be continuous . For example, if you are taking a volume element dy, dz, within this volume element, the wave function should be continuous. Second one is psi must be a single value. Within these limits, psi should always give you only one value. It should not have a two values. And the third one is psi must be finite. And the single value should not be infinite. And the single value should be finite number. And the fourth one is psi must possess first order and second order differentiation. That means dou psi by dou x and dou square psi by dou x square. Psi must possess these two within these limits. And the last one is psi must vanishes at boundaries. Psi must be vanishes at boundaries. I have a limit dx along the x-axis, y-axis dy, z-axis dz. And at the boundaries and beyond the boundaries, the wave function should be 0. That means vanishes. These are the limitations. This is what actually we are considering. This is the conditions of the wave function. Right? Thank you.